Welcome to Lecture Online. Now let's take a look and see what it would be like to spend a Mercury day on the planet. Now that's not recommended unless you're very protected against the heat because of course you're much closer to the sun, and also because a Mercury day lasts a very long time. Let's say that you're at a position on the planet where you're farthest away from the sun in its elliptical orbit at the time that the sun rises. Let's call that day 0. Right before sunrise, the temperature will be about minus 170 to minus 190 degrees centigrade. So at that point, it will look as if it's 6 a.m. in the morning on a typical Earth day. The sun rises in the east, you look towards the east, there's the sun rays will be very strong, and very quickly the temperature will rise from a minus 170 to well above the freezing. Probably in a matter of minutes. The rocks will be very cold, but very quickly as the sun rays begin to warm everything, it'll be very hot. Now in the shady sides, on the mountains and the cliffs and so forth where it's shady, it'll still be frigidly cold. But any place where the sun begins to hit, it's going to get very warm very quickly. Better put on your sunscreen at that point. All right, then, if you then stick around for 22 Earth days, 22 times 24 hours, the planet will now be in this position. But the rotation is such, because the ratio between the time it takes for the planet, Mercury, to take one orbit around the sun, and for it to make one rotation on its axis, a 3-to-2 ratio, you will have turned in such a way that it will now appear as if it's 9 a.m. in the morning. So in other words, it took 22 days for the sun to move from the point on the horizon to a point at about 45 degrees in the sky. That's about 2 degrees every Earth day equivalent, or 2 degrees for every 24 hours. And so after 22 days, the sun has now risen to a position at about a 45-degree angle above the horizon. Wow, imagine that. In the meanwhile, as the Mercury goes around the sun, it gets closer and closer and closer to the sun. Eventually, it will reach perihelion, where that will be the point of closest approach to the sun. Well, that will take another 22 days before you reach that point. In the meanwhile, not only does the sun keep on rising towards the point directly above your head, the zenith, of course, depending upon where exactly on the planet you are, the sun will also grow in size as you're getting closer and closer and closer to that perihelion point, closer to the noon point in the orbit. So it will take a total of 44 days to go from sunrise to the equivalent position of the sun that you would see on the Earth at noon. At that point, you're very close to the sun. Temperatures will now reach well over 400 degrees centigrade. It'll be about 800 degrees Fahrenheit. As the day continues, in another 22 days, the Mercury will now be at this position right here. The planet will continue to rotate, and now you'll be at the 3 p.m. position. So now the sun begins to move into the third part of its day position, so to speak. It'll now be again at about a 45-degree angle above the horizon. It'll still be very, very hot during that period. And then eventually, in another 22 days, 88 days will now have passed. Now the sun will be positioned towards the horizon and slowly begin to sink below the horizon. It'll take about a day or two by the time the sun reaches the horizon for the sun to go below the horizon. It'll be very, very, very slow process at that point. At that point, the temperature will very quickly begin to drop from well above the freezing point to well below the freezing point. Now, the rocks and everything around you will still be very hot from that long Mercury day. It'll take probably a few days for that to cool down, but as the heat begins to radiate out into space, things continue to cool down, and eventually you'll reach temperatures well below freezing and will continue to get colder and colder throughout the night. So now you're facing an 88-day night on Mercury. 22 days later, we're now 110 days past the point where we saw the sunrise. Now we'll have moved in such a way that the sun is on the other side, you can no longer see it, and now all you can see is, of course, the sky, in the night sky of Mercury, the stars on the other side, and it'll get colder and colder. At this point, you probably have reached again a temperature pretty close to the maximum temperature you will reach, or the lowest temperature you'll reach on Mercury, because at that point much of the heat will have radiated off and the heat will no longer be contained within the rocks on the soil. Another 22 days later, you're now 132 days in your Mercury day. It's now midnight. You're now on the very opposite side from the sun. Of course, the only thing you can see is the stars in the sky, and you don't see anything of the sun. It'll just simply be dark, just like on the Earth, except you don't have the benefit of the protection of the atmosphere, so it'll be frigidly cold over there. Another 22 days later, you're now at the what we call the early morning stage, where now it looks like it's about 3 a.m. in the morning, and it will take another 22 days, Earth days, for a total of 176 Earth days to return back to the point where you see the sun rise. So that's a typical day in Mercury. And you would say that during the night it'd be extremely cold. You'd have to have some sort of protection against the enormous cold environment you'll be in, and during the daytime you somehow have to be shielded from the sunlight. So definitely bring your sunshade, bring a lot of sunscreen, and try to stay out of the sun for that 88-day period that you're exposed to the sunlight on Mercury. So it's not a good place to go on vacation, but it's kind of interesting to realize that there's still such places in our solar system where it can get so hot during the daytime and so cold during the nighttime. That's a typical day on the surface of Mercury.